going to be a walkover for Wilder. Fury had been inactive for years. He had 2 fights against D-level opponents after his inactivity ceased, and I didn't look at him as any sort of challenge for Wilder. Wilder is a one-trick pony. He's not a very good boxer. He, as a matter of fact, is an atrocious boxer. But he has that one weapon, and that is this massive right hand, which to me looks like the hardest hitting right hand that I've seen, certainly since George Foreman. The fight looked like, to me, as it developed, that it was a no contest. I couldn't find a round to give to Wilder. I thought Fury won just about every round, except the 9th round where he dropped Fury, and of course the 12th round. But other than that, and maybe one other round, Fury clearly won every other round. The fact that a guy so tall and so solidly built could move like a lightweight or a welterweight blew me away. I'd never seen a heavyweight of that size move like Tyson Fury.
Those are the words of Bob Arum. Bob Arum calls Deontay Wilder an atrocious boxer. For people that don't know what atrocious means, it's a very fancy way of saying very, very bad, unpleasant, wicked. Okay? That's bad, very poor, you know. But he also thought that Tyson Fury had no chance of beating Wilder due to his inactivity. He's been out of the ring for so long. And Tyson Fury said exactly what Bob Arum said, but I believe Tyson Fury said it first, and I think Bob Arum was just piggybacking off of Tyson Fury when he said that Deontay Wilder is a one-trick pony. You know, that's classic. That's exactly what Tyson Fury said. A one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony. All he has is that right hand. That's it. But that right hand was the same right hand that put him down in the 9th and the 12th. And the magnificent thing about it, now this is the astonishing thing, people, that Tyson Fury didn't even supposed to make it to the 9th round. I wouldn't have gave him the 9th. I probably would have gave him around 5 and 6 that he started to really tire out, started to fatigue. His body started to betray him. You know, those type of things. And I just thought that that fight was a shoo-in. At first, when I heard about Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, I was like, why are they making that fight? Wasn't this guy 500 pounds or something not too long ago? You know, he can't be in too good a shape, or at least fighting shape. You know, yeah, you know, the biggest loser type of stuff. Yeah, that's great, but to do what you do, this is a high-performance sport. You know, boxing is not what people think it is. There are football players that swear, man, I can be a boxer and can't. Okay? The type of energy you need for this sport, the type of conditioning you need to be in to really perform the way you're supposed to, especially for 12 rounds. And this man went 12 rounds on top of 2 knockdowns. But before any of that, I was like, you know what? This is a name fight. Okay? This was the type of fight that Wilder needed. They needed that. They wanted that name on their record. And they thought this is the best opportunity to get that name on their record, was get a guy that's been sitting around, that's been doing God knows what. Only him and God knows what he been doing at that time. You know, he shared a little bit with us You know, he said he'd been doing a lot of drinking, a lot of, you know, drug abuse and stuff like that, a lot of other mischievous things, but he had to be doing some eating too to get that big. You know what I mean? So he wasn't just doing drugs, because in that case he'd be shriveled up. You know what I mean? No, he was, yeah, he was definitely fat. You know, and it's crazy because he went 10 rounds with Francisco Pianeta. You know, and now in hindsight, you're looking at it like, well, how could he have made it? How could he have got out of a fight like that? Maybe if that was somebody that was a pressure fighter and made him move and made him fight every round, like for tooth and nail, maybe he would have gassed out. But Wilder's not that type of fighter. Wilder's a guy, like Tyson Fury claimed, he's a one-trick pony. He's a guy that's looking for that right hand, looking for that right hand. Let me see. Let me jab, distance, that right hand there. Let me see. He'll throw it, miss it, or whatever. That's what he does. That's Wilder. Okay. And my question is, being an atrocious boxer and all that, he's still a hard puncher, and he was, you know, and he found a way to get fighters out of there with that one-trick pony, that one gift that he has. And my question was the whole time, why did he pick Fury at that time? You know, or I can't say why did he pick Fury. Let me stop saying that. Why did he decide to fight Fury at that time? And that showed you all by itself that Tyson Fury calling out Deontay Wilder and Deontay Wilder accepting under those terms, under those circumstances, okay? Those were, oh man, he can't fight, he finished, he trash, he comes back the next year, right? Lost a lot of weight or whatever, then you fight him. That doesn't sound good. But it made us all look stupid, including himself, because I had Wilder to knock out Fury 5 rounds. You know, because I was like, okay, he could do that for a little bit. You know, maybe be competitive, but when Wilder lands that punch, he ain't getting up. You know, when that punch hits him, and I thought what happened in the 12th round would happen in the 5th round, but a different result. He wouldn't have rose like Nazareth in my scenario, in my opinion, right? My prediction, I thought he was going to get hit, and that was it. Oh, he got him another one. Then now Deontay Wilder has that name under his belt, but it didn't go that way. Tyson Fury boxed, he moved, he avoided that right hand, avoided that right hand, avoided that right hand. Wilder kept throwing it, kept throwing it, kept throwing it, kept throwing it, okay? You know, to the point where at the end of the fight, when it was a draw, Deontay Wilder, to save face, had to say, hey, man, I broke my arm 12 weeks before the fight. I broke it 12 weeks before the fight. You know, and then I wondered, like, okay, well, if you thought you won, why did you bring up, oh, I didn't throw it that much? He threw it a lot. He threw that punch a lot, man. It wasn't one of those situations where he like kind of was timid with that right hand. You know, this wasn't like a fighter like Jose Luis Lopez where he hardly ever throws his right, and this was a welterweight. He had a devastating right hand. He was nothing like that because he hardly ever threw that right. Wilder threw that right. That's why if you see clips of Tyson Fury ducking under that right hand, those wasn't the same right hand he threw, and they kept showing the clip over and over again. These were different right hands that Wilder threw again and again. He was just missing again and again. So he had to say, hey, you know what? I broke my arm 12 weeks, you know, ahead of the fight. 12 weeks ahead of the fight, I broke my arm. So that was that. But if he broke his arm, then he's saying he broke his hand. We know that. Okay, we already counterpunched that. But it just shows you that you pick a guy that's supposed to be done, washed up, ready to go, and then you pick him. See, you got to be careful what you think you want. See, he didn't know he was getting that Tyson Fury, that guy that boxed and moved and did what he did, that got in his head. Tyson Fury, he did exactly what he wanted to do, and he was the perfect candidate. Why? Because how he attacked Deontay Wilder, he attacked Deontay Wilder's career. He attacked his resume. He attacked his effort to be the best. He attacked everything. That pissed Wilder off. He didn't necessarily, like people thought that he attacked his answer. No, that's Deontay took offense to that because what he was saying about his people reflected on his own, and he wanted people to know what he was saying. That got in his head too. So a lot of things were happening with Fury. Fury was still in the fire over here in America. Deontay Wilder was struggling to be known, okay, in America. And the question I asked Deontay Wilder is, whose fault is that? Is that his own fault, or is that the people that he put his trust in? But back to Bob Arum. Bob Arum seen that fight and didn't think he was going to get up in the 12th round either, okay? And he did. So not only did he have the speed and the quickness, and his reflexes were on point, like, coming from a big man, right? Fighting like a middleweight, as Bob Arum mentioned. But he was also able and had the heart to match that in the 12th. The only thing I can say about this is I can't wait for the rematch, because now Deontay Wilder knows who he's up against. He knows if he does land that punch, and if it ain't right, or if it ain't that perfect punch, that Luis Ortiz punch, right? Or the first punch he hit him in the 12th round, he knows that this man is destined to get up, and he has to be careful, and he should know this. He has to be careful to go when he going in for the kill, that when Tyson Fury gets up, because he's going to get up, okay? And if he doesn't get up, that means he just hit him with the perfect punch. But I think Tyson Fury is going to get up if he gets knocked down, okay? Now, when he gets knocked down, I think Wilder becomes that much vulnerable and will take some blows and can possibly hurt himself. But that's my prediction on that. You guys tell me if you think Deontay Wilder is an atrocious boxer. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.